Oh, hey there, friend. Hey, can we talk for a minute? If we haven't met before, my name is Kendall, and I'm all about having real and honest conversations with you. I just want to come alongside you where you are in your life and where I am in my life, and just talk, work together, find something new. So this week, I really wasn't quite sure what I was going to talk about. If you were with me on my last walk, you might have heard me mention Charlie Kirk right at the end. He was assassinated a little over 10 days ago. And at the time, I said I really wasn't ready to talk about it yet. I really didn't know how I felt. There were a couple reasons for that. First, I really didn't know about Charlie Kirk, not until his death. And then, even afterwards, there were just a lot of negative emotions that came up. And it took me time to work through those and to come to terms with them just for myself. After that, though, I had another difficulty, and that was if we should talk about it here and now, especially since I know politics can be such a touchy issue for some people. On top of that, too, with our time here, I wanted it to be laser focused on Jesus and things that were important to you. But therein lies the rub. You see, if I want to focus on Jesus and also things that matter to you, then this is something that I do need to talk about if it's important to you. And I should want to listen too if you have something to say on the issue. And so I just wanted to share a few thoughts about how I feel regarding Charlie Kirk's untimely death. By the way, you'll hear me saying the words "I feel" a lot. That's actually highly intentional. You see, that's called assertive communication. What I'm doing is I'm not telling you the way things actually are in reality. I'm telling you how I am experiencing the reality around me, which may or may not match what's going on in real life. And I am fully entitled to my feelings and my experience with reality. And so are you. I'd love to do a whole discussion sometime on assertive communication. But back to the matter of Charlie Kirk. The first thing that I felt was horrified. I found it horrific that someone was gunned down for their beliefs, for their voice, and for their opinions. In fact, it makes me horrified on a grand scale of just how much violence there is in the world. And I'm not just talking about now, and I'm not just talking about here in America. I'm talking about all through time and history. You see, as far back as Genesis chapter 4, we see Cain kill his brother Abel out of jealousy in order to silence him. It was a result of the reality we broke when we introduced sin into the world. And we've just been going on the same track ever since. And that scares me. It makes me really angry as well that this is the reality that we live in. I sometimes wish we had a much kinder existence. Which brings me to the other thing that I really felt. It was grief. I'm a young dad myself, and it's really hard to imagine a family where a husband no longer goes home to his wife, and his kids are going to grow up not having a dad directly in their lives in order to teach them about the things that happen in life too. And if that is your experience, if you have experienced any of those emotions, I'm sorry. I really am. It's hit me hard too. But I feel that the best thing that I can be doing right now is a ministry of presence. Just being with you here in the pain. And know that to some small extent, I know how you feel too. I don't want to get combative, or I don't want to talk about the difference in political beliefs. No, that's not why we're here. I want to connect together, to be a part of each other's lives. The next thing that I needed to do was I had to decide, what was I going to do with my emotions? You see, emotions can be paralytics. They can lock up your ability to feel, which locks up your ability to think, which locks up your ability to act. But you can also use those emotions as rocket fuel, as passion. If you feel angry, it's because something needs to change. If you feel scared, it shows you that there might be danger. And maybe we need to reframe how we're thinking about it, or else a way to combat that. And if you feel sad, that's the body's natural way of releasing the tension. So here are the things that I want to do with my emotions regarding this incident. The first thing is that I want to double down on my relationship with Jesus Christ, particularly when it comes to worship. And when I say worship, no, I'm not just talking about songs and dance and praise music at church. No, I'm talking about honoring God in every aspect of my life. And that's how I choose to work. And wondering throughout the day, is he pleased with what I'm doing? Is he happy with the way that I'm treating other people? The ethics that I put into my work? And the other thing that I've taken away from this is I want to be very careful to separate my politics and my belief in Jesus. Now, you're absolutely right if you think the two are related. They're both belief systems on how the world should be run, and within those belief systems, there is some overlap. But the thing I really want to be careful of in my own life is that they don't become interchangeable. Conservatism or liberalism and Jesus are not the exact same thing. You can't swap them, even though that they do influence each other. But what do you think? And how has the Charlie Kirk assassination made you feel? Love to hear your ideas down in the comments. And if you don't feel comfortable with that for whatever reason, there's an email address attached to this channel as well. And that's specifically for you, so you can fire me a line if you don't want to let everybody know what you're thinking and feeling. And I can really respect that. Oh, hey, I'm just going to call it quits here a little bit early today. But I really hope you decide to stay out longer and do a little bit more walking and talking with God. Until then, I'll see you later.